Hi, I'm Matthew Groteke, and today I will be presenting the topic Responsibilities of Citizens During Times of Disaster. Now, it would be impossible for me to discuss every responsibility a citizen has during a disaster, so instead, I will be discussing three major responsibilities citizens have and what they entail. These are developing a financial plan, preparing, and behaving. So let's get into that. The first responsibility of citizens I will be discussing is that of financials. Homeowners should be aware of what disasters are prevalent in their areas and purchase insurance accordingly. For example, if one lives in a coastal low-lying region, perhaps flood and hurricane insurance would be important to have. Or if you live in an area prone to earthquakes, then earthquake insurance would be necessary. Citizens should also make sure that they take an accurate inventory of their belongings so that they can receive reimbursement for everything that may be damaged or lost. An excellent way to do that is to take photographs of your household appliances. In addition to that, you could make a list. Anything from computers, kitchen appliances, anything valuable that you'd want to make sure is insured or you'd get paid for if damaged. Another thing homeowners can do to ensure that their homes are protected are outfit them with things that can help mitigate the effects of a disaster. For example, hurricane shutters, as you can see here, or installing hurricane windows if you live in a coastal region. As a resident of Tampa, Florida, my home was fitted with hurricane force windows, and that proved to be a wise purchase as we have experienced numerous storms and extraordinarily strong winds that have come through, and they've held up. Additionally, my home was built on stilts just in case of rising waters, which has also occurred throughout our tenure here. The next responsibility of citizens I will discuss is that of making preparations. This includes ensuring you have necessary supplies in the event of a disaster and a plan of action when a disaster strikes. Regardless of whether or not it is necessary to evacuate, having a supply kit in advance is a necessity as supplies will likely be unavailable during a disaster. According to FEMA, a disaster kit should include some of the following: non-perishable food, water, clothing, a first aid kit, a radio, a flashlight, money, and fire starters. They also recommend that water and food items are replaced every so often so that they remain fresh when needed. If it is necessary to evacuate, it is important to have a destination in mind prior to a disaster. It is also helpful to know what belongings you would like to bring with you in advance. If this is not the case and evacuating is not necessary, citizens should be prepared to temporarily be on their own, as assistance may not be readily available. The final responsibility of citizens during a time of disaster I will be discussing is behaving. How to act. Obeying the recommendations and mandates of your local authorities is of utmost importance. Disobeying authorities could put you at risk of harm or death. It is also important not to engage in any illicit or illegal activities. As we have learned from the cases in the Schneider text, sticking to the bureaucratic norms can have a major impact on the recovery process. Behaving in a time of disaster can help facilitate the relief effort. Finally, citizens can help with the relief effort by working with a volunteer organization or donating. In this class, we see a common theme among the successful relief efforts, with that being the bottom-up implementation pattern. Citizen participation and relief at the local level could contribute to its success. And that's all I have to say about this topic. I hope you learned a thing or two, and I'll see you all later. Here are my references.